Hello everybody, it is Friday and I'm running the Meet Stars and Stripes Championships in Scranton, Pennsylvania, November 22nd. We got about 100 lifters coming to this event and just starting the process. I shouldn't say just starting. I'm doing a lot of new stuff for this event in trial for next year's bench nationals and raw nationals, some of which I know are going to be a little bit glitchy with some of the technology things I have planned. I don't want to talk completely about it because until I have a set plan, but basically I plan on doing a lot more technology for next year, and I'm going to try it at some of these local events. Some of the full range of what I'm trying isn't going to work just based on the technology in the building I'm working on. But at the Raw Nationals, Bench Nationals, we'll have the highest level of internet and that sort of upload and that sort of thing. So I'm going to try it on a mini scale this week with video and video transitions using YouTube live events, which allows a multi-camera setup where the user can select a camera. I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to go full multi-camera because the bandwidth upload might not be there. I might have to just go one camera with a transition, which is better than most local events, I would say. And it all depends on the upload, which I'm going to test. Did a little testing, but I'm not expecting a whole lot as far as high quality. My cameras have all been upgraded. I'm upgrading some of the software behind it. Upgrading some of the hardware next year when I figure it all out. I'm gonna have to talk to some techie people. I already talked to a lot of techie people. So that's one part of the upgrade. Other thing is improving the advertising look of the meet. Have some ideas there. Wanted to build some. You ever guys watch the World's Strongest Man? Everybody's watching, right? Right after Christmas. On the sides where they have like angular billboards essentially for Med-Rex and stuff like that. That's the type of thing I wanted to build into the infrastructure of the national meets and of our meets coming up. So you don't have like this, you're going to still have that gigantic backdrop with sponsors on it. But let's say you're a platform sponsor, and we're putting t-shirts out on the platform, gear if it's applicable for your company. I also wanted to put a front and center banner similar to the World's Strongest Man that's at eye level with the video stream, closer to the platform than the back banner, and giving a company or a couple companies a high profile advertising look on the platform. And then that way we could change, and it would be changeable, essentially like a triangular thing where you could put the banners on both sides, so the lifters coming up will see the banners, and the people in the crowd and on the live stream will see the banners. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Hoping to build the blocks to do that, but on the East Coast here, I don't have a garage, and I would have to do a lot of that work outside. And it's been about real feel of about 5 degrees out, so I haven't made the progress I wanted to. I've made some other changes to my setup of my backdrop and things like that. I was able to do some of that inside. Not too happy. My wife not too happy with some of the spray paint I've been using to do it. So that kind of stunk up the house last couple days. All right, so that's where I'm going. Right now I'm going for trailer, U-Haul trailer, which is a little bit crazy in the weather. I'm doing a trailer I have multiple location pickups. So I have actually like three or four pickup locations for my equipment for just this local event. I'm going to be getting equipment that's further away with the trailer, and then picking up my budget truck, which is by the mile, and then offloading some of the stuff I need in the budget truck, and then actually gonna hand off my trailer to one of my locations for a later pickup today. Really, lots of things. Sometimes I try to go with one vehicle, but the problem you have is then you have a crew. If you're lucky enough to get a crew to help you set up, then you've got that downtime, that 30 minutes, 40 minutes each way, picking up the stuff, dropping off the stuff, and then you have people just sitting there. So what we're trying to do is a multi-truck solution with the theory that we're going to get done unloading the box truck by 6:30 tonight, and then the second trailer will show up and we'll be ready to go. Basically, we're going to put down the flooring with the first truck. The second truck will come in with all the racks and weights. So that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. It's just before noon here. I took a half day for work. I was up this morning about 4:30. Was not training this morning. Sorry I didn't post any video for my training this week. I did record some. It's just been too bloody busy with everything going on with work and home and just everything. I don't know. Yeah, things have been a little bit crazy. So here's the Man of Steel. I don't know what you want to call this. The behind the scenes on running a contest for the 2014 Stars and Stripes. All right, first pickup is done. Tractor Supply. I got something always. One of the main things with running a meet is keeping a meet director keeping the venue from losing their mind when the deadlifts start. You know, you can get a junk place that doesn't care about it, but most places care about their floor quite a bit. So what I usually use is from Tractor Supply. I use a horse stall mat, then I use plywood and then carpet on top of that. Right now the horse stall mat was priced at $42 and some cents per 4x6. Real heavy duty stuff, but there was a sale 6 weeks ago, and I came up here and did the old school layaway, and I think I got them at like $34 a sheet. So saving here and there. I need you know, I have quite a bit of rubber already, but for next year's Raw Nationals, with the position that there's going to be 3 competition platforms with the expectation of you know, double digits in warm-up space. It's like, you know, 10 to 12 warm-up platforms. That's a lot more covering than I have currently. I mean, as far as the way I'm talking rubber, plywood, carpet. And that would be 12 warm-ups, you know, 10 to 12 warm-ups, depending on the session, and then 3 competition platforms. So that's 15 platforms of rubber, plywood, carpet. So that's not something most folks have in their place, unless you have a full blown out gym, but then you'd have to close your gym. So first up was that. One thing I got for my health tonight, thanks to the University of Scranton, I think it's Fitness Club, Exercise Science Club. They're helping me with sponsoring the event location, and then we do some work with their charity after the event from proceeds from the event. We got some grip gloves. Right now it's about 22 degrees here in Pennsylvania, and the steel is very cold. I did some work this morning and got a little liquid on my hand, and man, I swear I got frostbite in like 30 seconds. Like, my hand froze as soon as I got liquid on it, with 22 degree temps and the overall coldness in the air. So off to a few more errands, got a couple random things to do, and then some plywood. I basically every event I pick up plywood and rubber flooring and plywood, building my inventory for next year. So I'm having this event, and then February 14th I have another event, and I'll build up some more inventory just so I don't have to have it all at one time. It's, you know, today I picked up 8 sheets of 4x6. I'll pick up another 4 sheets of plywood at least, and then it'll add to my inventory that's already in storage. So, yep, that's where I'm heading now, and we'll see you later. Bye. And now the meet's over. It's Sunday. I didn't do any video yesterday. The meet, I think, went okay. I would give myself a B-. We had some computer issues, and right from the start with getting projectors running, and when that happens, then the load of the computer gets delayed, and the load of the computer getting delayed means mistakes can happen. Mistakes happened, and it snowballs. So we got through it. Roughly less than 100 lifters. I still have to finish unloading the truck. So it's Sunday morning. We ran to meet. Timeline. Lifting started at 9:30. The scheduled start ended up being more like 9:50. Unfortunately, that's not a normal for me. I really just disgusted by our not being able to get everything started on time. I just hate it. It's embarrassing. I don't like it. So, but you learn from it. We learned a couple things that we got to do. I got very little video. We were done by, frankly, I don't even know the time. It was probably like 6:30 or 7. I'm guessing totally. Got the big truck unloaded and returned, and then got the equipment moved back. Brown's Gym sponsored the ER racks on the one platform in the warm-up. Abington Powerlifting did everything. They're awesome for my events. They help spot and load. They help with setup and breakdown. And then the University of Scranton Sports Science Club, really tons of volunteers, tons of help. So I'm just very thankful for everyone that helped, and my wife and my family. High point of my day was my son Jacob lifting in his first competition. He actually did all 3 in the squad. He's 10 years old. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll put the video right here. Hold it!
Alright, just put the bar down to the lower rack.
Bench press.
Press!
Up on stage.
He's not been lifting a lot. He was playing football, so I was doing a lot of cross training with him. So just getting started, working with the coach that started me, Claude Welcome. And Claude Welcome has coaches out at Abington Heights and Clark Summit. And you probably don't know him, but you know the lifters. I'm one of the guys he started with. He coached up a bunch of lifters that have gone to the IPF out of this little town, Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. Notables the last few years is one was Christy Palzano, really good 97-pound raw lifter in the collegiates and the open, and she won the collegiate nationals, I think, and she went the raw worlds. And lastly, Dalton Lacoe, 501-pound deadlift at 112. Won the last 2 sub-juniors. He's 112 pounds and won the last 2 sub-junior IPF Open Junior Worlds, sub-junior worlds. And he's got a little brother who's gonna be he's pretty good too. So he's just coached a lot of people, and he's kind of a happy guy. I had a great coach, started me out, got me going, and now he helps me with every event. We're friends for life, and he's my coach for life, essentially. So thanks to Abington Powerlifting, Claude Welcome, for involvement with all my events. So, all right,
I'm at the grocery store getting bacon and essentials so we can eat some breakfast and have a lazy day. And I'm gonna finish unloading the trailer. I didn't get everything unloaded, and get that returned, and then I'll start working on paperwork for drug testing and all the other fun paperwork, getting it online. My plan is to have the results online before Thanksgiving. That's the plan. We'll see how bad it is when I get into the computer and consolidate the cards and everything. The computer had everything in it at the end, so hopefully we'll piece everything together from multiple platforms and get it loaded out there on purepowerlifting.com. Again, Raw Nationals website is up, and you're entering, obviously, because I'm getting pings on my Gmail every time someone registers online. Bench Nationals is actually the first meet next national we're running next year, August 29th and 30th. That's going to be a big event. That registration is out there online. You could do online, or you can mail it if you don't want to do the online deal. So check that out on purepowerlifting.com. You can get to the links, or at usapowerlifting.com. You guys take care. Have a good one.
All right, I just finished unloading what I hope is the last load in the storage trailer. It's Sunday morning. No, Sunday morning. It's Sunday afternoon. Listen to a little bit of the football game, actually the Green Bay Packers game, on the radio while unloading the last U-Haul before I return it. The budget truck got returned last night around 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so. And I had an extra trailer. I use the trailer to do the long runs for the places, so I don't have to pay by the mile. My storage location is about 1.5 miles from my venues. I have like 2 or 3 venues in the Scranton area of the Electric City, and so I got a storage unit near proximity, so when I go with the big budget truck, it's short on the mileage, so I just move it from the location back to the storage and don't have to do the long runs. Now, give you an idea what it looks like, give you a little glimpse of my equipment. Now, all the ER racks, none of the ER combo racks, Texas racks, go in here. This is strictly the floor covering on hardwood locations. Anywhere where it's not really carpeted, we put down tarp. Helps a lot on the cleanup. Helps a lot with just overall cleanup. And I know some lifters might not like. Doesn't look pretty to have the tarp down, but realistically, most power lifters are pretty much slobs. The location we were at the other day, we were trying to recommend or push as much as we can, no baby powder. It just becomes, the baby powder gets in the air. And we have other alternatives to baby powder, so I'm really pushing, encouraging people not to use the baby powder just because of what it does to the venues. I really don't think the advantage, as a lifter myself, I don't think baby powder is a huge implement in a PR. I don't. I know there's lifters who would yell and scream at me for that, and coaches as well, but I think it's all in your head. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, special circumstances would make a big difference with baby powder. Sometimes I think it hurts you if you have it around and you get on your feet, you can't get it off. There could be some negatives to it as well. So right now I got, quite a bit of plywood there, if you could see down there. And below that, the thickness there is all rubber, horse stall rubber. So I put rubber, plywood, and then I have carpeting. I have, if you see up in the corner, I have the white PVC pipes. I don't like just, even in the local little events, I don't like not having a backdrop. I think you should try as much as you can to get a backdrop, to put posters, to put flags, to do something, and not just drop a platform against the wall and go. I've run some quickie events where I do that, but an event where you get, you know, over 50 lifters, I think you should, as a meet director, make an effort to make it look a little bit like a stage. Do it the best you can. So I got I got 2 sets of blocks here, IPF approved blocks. We started, based on watching this year's IPF Worlds, we started adding the tape to it so it sticks to the ground. The Velcro tape just got picked up a roll for like $4, and we're putting it around the edges so none of our blocks would slip. That happened at Worlds, and I know as a meet director that kind of would rattle me. So I'm trying to add the strips of Velcro to all those blocks. Learn from others as much as you can. And again, most of my racks are not here. I have a bunch of warm-up weight here. Now, I don't own a gym. I work out at Brown's Gym. But I have in equipment, you know, $15,000 in equipment as a meet director. And I only use 2 pieces of equipment in my ER rack, and that's only leading up to a contest. And I use Texas Power Bars, which I've had for about 15 years. So the rest stays in the storage. Hopefully you guys don't hunt me down and find out where this is and take my stuff. You're going to take it, good luck. Apparently you need it. But yeah, so this is the end of a meet director's weekend as far as physical labor. And then the next couple nights I'm going to spend doing the paperwork and doing the computer stuff. So just a basic 80, 90 lifter event. It's going to be, you know, 3 hours of unloading, getting things back, and then another 3 hours of closing out paperwork, doing the finances, and all that. So I know a lot of people probably don't get all the ins and the outs, and they only look at the negatives that happen around the meet. And people could be looking at negatives from my meet, and that's fine. But also kind of take into account the work that leads up to the event and the work that leads after the event. It's not a lazy person's job to do that. And a lot of volunteers, a lot of help from other sources to pull off those type of events, especially when they're not just thrown in a gym. When they're in an external location and you got to move everything there, really ups the ante on how much workload you have. So that should be it. I'm not sure when I'm going to edit this together, but I guess I got a weekend's worth of video to at least talk to it. I'll throw in as much of the lifting clips as I can, but the only thing I definitely have is my son's lifting. So hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's a kind of a long, drawn-out thing as far as, but I bet you it edits down for like 15 minutes. But come check it out. And then again, go out on the websites, check it out for our next events. Next one I'm running is February 14th. Is a Collegiate Regional Championships, a collegiate-only event. 3-lift, collegiate-only team event. Contact me if you're interested and you're in college. If you're an open lifter, teen lifter, master lifter, and you're looking for qualifying totals for future meets, don't contact me about that event. It's pure collegiate. We are holding qualifiers in June and maybe August for bench. Well, for raw and bench in June, and for raw in August in Pennsylvania. There will be qualifiers. So if you can't go to the States this year, which I think is going to be held by Robert Keller in April, we'll have qualifiers in June and we'll have qualifiers in August. Don't worry. You don't need to qualify 13 months out or 9, 10 months out. You can get a qualifier in June or in August. All right, you guys have a good one. Take care.